Hi everyone, thought I'd go for a drive today. Going to take Cracker for a walk, but I thought I would take any excuse just to go out for a drive and do some city driving today. We've been on dual carriageways, done some efficiency measurements for those sort of things, but haven't really deliberately gone for city driving. So today I'm going to take a route that's much slower, avoids all the dual carriageways, goes through the city centre and comes out at a destination where I can take Cracker for a walk. But the idea is to see how the car copes in city traffic. Is it a good city car? And also, what's the efficiency like in the city? So that's what we're doing today, so off we go. We're starting out in a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's got speed bumps here, so quite a slow start and a little bit of a bumpy start, but the car takes them well. And some VSS noise for you here. Okay, let's get the formalities over and done with. We've got 67% state of charge. I'm in economy mode for no particular reason than it's comfortable. Auto recuperation is on. The range at the moment is 199 miles. It's 13 degrees now outside. It's a little bit chilly actually. It has got a bit of a chill to the air. There's no noticeable wind outside, the roads are dry, the heater's not on, and that's how we're driving. So for those that want to know all the details, there they are. At the moment I've driven 1.9 miles so far, and the miles per kilowatt hour have crept up from 3 to now 4.7. I've driven a little bit through the city and through suburbs in the car so far. Most of my driving actually has been more A roads and B roads, but the times that I have driven it in the city and through more housing areas, it's performed really well. It has felt quite light and nimble. You know, it is a bigger car than what I was used to. My Fiesta was a smaller car, and I'm already used to the car. It feels small to me now. It doesn't feel big at all. Doesn't feel too wide on the roads. But I will comment on one thing. I'm here on a country road, and it is pulling constantly in the wrong direction, so I've got to turn lane keep assist off. It thinks the sandy banks on the side of the road, and let me swivel the camera around. It thinks the sandy banks at the side of the road are lane markings, I guess, and it doesn't like me departing from what it thinks is the lane and wants me to get over some more. So travelling in the middle of the road on a country lane isn't very good. So I've turned lane keep assist off, basically because it just stops tugging on the steering wheel. It's a nicer drive on country lanes with it off. I suppose as part of this video what I could do is also show you and explain to you how the 1-foot driving is working. So if I start from here, where I've just touched the brake pedal gently, I'll try now not to use the brake pedal to show you how easy it is. So again, let's turn the camera around. So I've switched it into auto recuperation level 2, so foot off the throttle, and we're just coasting towards the roundabout at a perfect speed. I don't need to touch the brakes at all. Traffic lights ahead are red, so if I can take the foot off the throttle slightly, I'm actually slowing down too much, to be honest. It's using a little too much braking. So there's a nice gap in front of us. So I'm going to use the paddle to put on level 3 regeneration. No brake pedal again, now if I pull and hold. And come to a nice stop. And the nice feature of that is it actually holds it when you've done it as well, so I haven't had to use the brake pedal at all. So I'm guessing for city driving you're going to want higher levels of regeneration braking on, so that you can stop and start more easily, because you are going to be closer to the car in front than you would be if you're driving on a larger road, a high speed road. I find actually that level 3 recuperation is a little too much, it's a little too aggressive on the braking, and if you have to come to a sharper stop like I have just then I can just pull and hold the paddle and it effectively gives me level 3 regen. I did a test with Glenn, another Kona owner, the other day. So he went ahead of me, and using regen 1, 2 and 3, he lifted his foot off the throttle so the car would brake itself, and I checked whether the brake lights came on, and yes they do. So in all 3 regeneration levels, the brake lights do come on. We've just gone up about a mile and a half of a slight incline, a minor hill, and the economy's gone down from 5.1 to 4.7, and we've done 5.3 miles now. So yeah, so far 5.5 miles of not necessarily city driving, because it's not really that much starting and stopping, but 5 miles of slow country road, 30-mile-an-hour limit roads. 5 miles per kilowatt hour comes up quite quickly in the first few miles. The good thing about one pedal driving is I honestly can't remember when I last touched the brakes. I can't remember whether I did or I didn't. It's so automatic that you get used to it. You're not really thinking about whether you're using the brake or whether you're not. You're just slowing the car down in the way that you're used to. I guess it helps you to drive better as well, that you're always anticipating gaps. You're driving further away from the car in front, because it gives you better braking distance to be on the one pedal. So probably one pedal driving in an electric car helps you be a better driver. So the only time probably the one pedal driving doesn't work very well is with the paddles, is when you're turning the steering wheel. So if you come to a roundabout and you've turned the steering wheel a good 45 degrees, and then you need to brake, then obviously the paddle will be an inconvenient place to actually get your hand to. So in that case you do need to use the foot pedal. So apart from that, one pedal driving, I would say, is an extremely useful and clever feature of the Hyundai Kona. Okay, interestingly, we've now done 8.5 miles. The miles per kilowatt hour says 5.6, so we've just gained quite a bit on that last little section. The GOM is reading 194 miles, so it's only come down 5 miles. And the battery percentage, 66%. So so far we haven't used a lot of energy at all, and it's doing really well. Another thing people have mentioned is the road clearance with the battery underneath. Well, I've got some speed bumps here, and I'm not feeling I've got to go over the edges of them to raise the car up at all. I can keep the car right in the middle, and it's actually the wheels are nicely spaced apart to go through and over speed bumps very, very smoothly and easily, and it's not scraping, and I haven't got any fear of it scraping. It's miles off, in my opinion. One of our interesting phenomena that whenever we get close to where we're going to park up, crack a nose, and he sits up and starts paying attention. Okay, there you go. That's the test complete. We've arrived. We've got 193 miles left to go on the GOM, 65% state of charge on the battery, and we've done 11.9 miles and achieved 5.8 miles per kilowatt hour. So, for me, basically driving on roads of 30 to 40 miles an hour, normal roads through a city, the miles per kilowatt hour wasn't a lot different to driving a little bit faster. But as soon as you get down to much more start-stop traffic, where you are using the regen a lot more to come to a complete stop, the miles per kilowatt hour increased a fair amount, and we're now at 5.8, which is one of the best I've had. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for subscribing, and more videos to come soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye. And maximising my time out filming, I decided to stop off for my first rapid charge at an Instavolt charger at a Bannertime gym. And with a warmer battery from the rapid charge, slightly warmer weather, and perhaps slightly better road conditions, I went through the city centre with more start-stop traffic. We achieved an amazing 6.7 miles per kilowatt hour. So is the Kona a good city car? It's fun to drive, it's got great regen braking, it's nippy, it's nimble, the steering is quite light on the power steering, and yeah, now we've got the range as well. 400 plus miles in a city environment, commuting in the city. So Absolutely, I think it is a great city car.